Not a whole lot of crime reports. Sorry, excuse me, man. Not a whole lot reported down here in Gerritsen Beach since the last time we met, as far as reported crime. Just want to touch base. I know repairs were just done to Seba Park. As far as I know, the fire marshal, I just looked at our system today. There's still no arrest on that. I know we spoke about that last month. Our conditions officers they've been writing summonses, giving special attention to that park and that area. All right, they wrote about 8 summonses in the last couple of weeks over there for mostly for marijuana or drinking or being in the park after hours. All right. I'm sorry. I thought I had a question. Okay. I'll just a quick announcement, and I'll take any questions. May 13th will be the next precinct community council meeting. All right, and again, I see some new faces here. For those of you that don't know, that's a meeting that we hold. It's the precinct community council is like a joint between police, the police officers in the precinct, the captain, the pens, and community members. And every precinct has one. We meet once a month. It's going to be the second Wednesday of every month. This month, it's going to be held at the precinct station now. So everyone's invited. The captain is always there to answer questions similar to, to what we're doing here tonight. That's again going to be May 13th, 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday. Any questions, concerns, anything going on?
We discussed last night. I told you that there had been a major brawl
at town
outside of the town clock.
Okay.
And it took the police 25 minutes to arrive. And that, I've received like 3 or 4 calls.
And that was this Saturday, May 2nd? This past
It was
weekend?
Sunday. It was the day of Caitlin's.
It was at the night they had the volunteer fire department had
Right.
an event there? All right, because I'm not saying it didn't. I ran this in 3 different systems. Ebony, between Channel and Bijou, right? Is the other street? And I'm not seeing any 911 calls unless...
How come that always happens, son?
I can't answer that, all right?
I think I've asked you that before.
Don't ask
everything
again.
is not there.
He gave you the same answer the last time, he's gonna give you the same answer now.
I'm gonna keep asking him.
Well, you're not gonna get the
You
answer.
know me.
If you call 911 right now and give this address, there's a record, it's recorded on the computer, it's recorded on a voice recorder. If for some reason the person gave an address that they couldn't enter for some reason, you know what I mean? If the dispatcher or the 911 operator didn't enter it correctly, I believe the official address is 84 Ebony.
52.
I believe that's the official address of
I
town.
think
I
it
ran
is.
that, I ran across streets for it, and I ran, the precincts broken into, this precinct has about 9 or 10 sectors recorded. Gerritsen Beach is Sector Adam, Sector A. All right, it goes ABC all the way up to J in the 6th ward.
But you've never gotten one.
What do you mean?
It was only one time before that.
No. Joe, have I asked him before?
I'm not getting involved, I know
No,
better.
every time we ask you.
I got little
everything-
problems of my own with the
Christmas-
precincts
everything
and
at
whatnot.
Christmas
I
time,
want to know
Well,
that.
sometimes
you
we
didn't
gotta
have
see
that.
it, either.
Something happened on the other street, you didn't have it.
If it comes over in the 6-1, and remember, across the street is also the 6-3. So if we're running,
Oh, we know that.
Okay, so if we're running.
Or sometimes you guys say, oh, there was a fight here, but it's possible no one called the police. You know what I mean? Or they called 311 and, put it in as a noise complaint instead of saying there's a
Well,
large
he called
fight.
at Christmas time and he watched the cops come and you didn't have that, he even checked it out.
Right. And I mean, I ran that in the system as well. I can't answer, I don't work 24 hours a day here. I usually have a good idea about what crime was recorded. Every 911 call that happens, I can't, we handle hundreds of 911 calls a
It's
week.
just funny that nothing in Garrison Beach ever gets reported.
Don't worry about it.
There was no arrests, I know, and there was no summonses issued, all right? I had a noise complaint 2 weeks ago about Tahlequah, all right? The officers do know, I spoke to one of the lieutenants. I mean, this is the first 2 complaints I'm hearing about Tahlequah in a while. But, if this is becoming a problem, we can certainly, do an inspection there, see when their licenses are up to
This
date.
was not necessarily the town clock.
It's more the
It was on the
outside.
street outside of the town clock.
Okay.
And that's when the person who lives on Every Foot called it in. And that same person, fortunately, is not here tonight. He's
All right.
very from-
Can you please, if you can give them my number,
I will.
and I definitely want to speak to them and try to look into this a little bit, all right?
Anybody else? Questions or do you have?
Yeah, any questions? Concerns? Nothing else? Yes, sir.
I've been approached about the problem in the park. I know it's not
not you guys, not 6'1", 6'3", but
Across here?
yeah, with the four-wheelers and two-wheelers. What is the proper procedure? I had a guy who said, guy came by in a four-wheeler, he was walking with his grandchildren, his wife, his sister, and they were throwing dirt up and dirt flying all. I said, what's the procedure to get rid of these guys? You know, I said, what do I do? Who do I call for this?
It's an ongoing problem. I would say if they're driving down the city street in a reckless manner, I'd call 911, all right? You know, it's basically, the park technically is the 6'3". We patrol it obviously because we have Garrettson Avenue. The way they design the borders are a little strange, but, you know, I know it's been a problem for years. I mean, if we catch someone riding a quad or, you know, a dirt bike, they're illegal, they're not street legal. That's considered a parks on properties. You're not allowed to ride it in the park. If they're caught, you know, we're gonna seize the vehicle, send it to the Brooklyn Pound, all right? And depending on the infraction, they could get a summons. If they're a juvenile, they're gonna get what's called a juvenile report, like a JD card. You know, it's reckless where they're almost running someone over, and if they actually have a license and it's suspended, they could be arrested. But we just spoke to a contact in the DEC, Department of Environmental Conservation. They have New York State offices that patrol this, you know, because it's considered the wetlands area gateway. I just spoke to someone a week ago. We're going to try to set up an operation sometime in the near future to conduct some enforcement there. All right, but I mean, if you're caught again, it's going to be a summons. We're going to take a bite.
Well, that's the problem. You suggest that we call 911 when we see them driving recklessly.
Right.
But we just overheard that it took 25 minutes to get to the Tamaqua for a street fight.
All right, that, again, I mean,
You know
that's,
how
I'm not
quickly these
disputing
quads
that.
go
I haven't
down
seen a
Garrettson
report.
Avenue.
What's
And you're
that?
holding a 3-year-old's hand trying to cross Garrettson Avenue where there are no crosswalks for the entire mile going up.
Right.
There's one stoplight. Where does that leave you when you're trying to cross to go to the park? There's not even a crosswalk over by the park.
We have officers that patrol you every day, like I said, and especially the parks at night, 'cause we know that's been a concern. All right. I mean, just from here in the crowd, can you tell me, is it every day, mostly after school, more on the weekends, more at nights?
Weekends are big.
All right.
Saturdays, Sundays.
Yeah.
Sundays really bad.
Saturday and Sunday, if you put an unmarked car, just sitting, nice and easy, move around, don't stay in one spot, 'cause
I
these
got
kids
you.
aren't stupid.
I hear you.
Okay? Kids aren't stupid, let's not all play dumb here. These
That's the
kids
thing
are
too. I mean, they know. I mean, if you're coming in a marked car, they know.
They know you.
And
Get a Volkswagen or something and borrow somebody's car to get it or something. The precinct can't be that crazy over there. Or can they? Maybe they can. I've dealt with them myself, so they gotta be crazy. But if you just sat there and watched them, they come in on a truck. They offload them on a truck. All you gotta do is get them walking across your street, click, click, goodbye, have a good day. And be finished with this. It doesn't make sense.
Come here at 11:30 on a Sunday morning, when passes the middle for
All
service.
right.
That's when they're speeding
Yes.
around the church, company.
Past Nebraska.
Sundays are rough.
I have a real issue going on because when the children are out from school, the week that they were on vacation, supposedly spring break,
Okay. Yeah.
they set fire to the weeds every night.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm the watchtower because I'm probably the tallest building here in the beach. Now, what happens is that we know that there are certain groups of children who, and older children too, they're in their 20s, some of them, they go back there, they have wrestling matches, they have all kinds of things going on back there. There is not any night that the kids don't have school the next day, that those kids aren't back there with whatever they're doing, legal or illegal. I'm not, you never know. But most of the time when they have vacation days, they are back there lighting up the weeds, and we're on a fire watch right now. We all know that it's very strict. Santa Barbara's up in flames again on the West Coast, and on the East Coast, any place around here can have a fire issue, and those weeds are ready to burn anytime. We can have rain and they still burn. So we've got that going on. Every Saturday night, without a doubt, between 12 and 4 a.m. on Sunday morning, there is unbelievable speed going up and down the avenue. Now, before we had the new paving, you could hear them